So the question is, how do you guys feel when you hear people respond to everything that you're saying in these heart to hearts, or maybe you've had conversations on Facebook and you've talked about your own personal experiences with racism, when the response to you is, well, listen, all lives matter. Like, how does that make you feel?
For me, it's a couple of things. I know one of the first things that I think of is, if I were to go out and if I were to go in public or on Facebook and I were to say, Blue Lives Matter, not a single person will comment on my post and say, well, actually all lives matter. They won't say all jobs matter. They won't say EMT lives matter and all that stuff. But if I were to go on my post and say Black Lives Matter, immediately I'd get, well, all lives matter. It's not just about you and all that other types of stuff. And so that's something that kind of, it's a little upsetting because why is it that when I talk about the struggles that I face or that my family might have faced, is it, well, you're not the only ones who've experienced that, or that could happen to anyone, not just you because of your skin color. So that's the first thing. And then the next thing, I was just thinking of this recently, why is it that, all lives matter? People weren't even saying that until we brought up the issues that were going on within the Black community, and the systemic racism and the different, how they're targeted. No one was saying all lives matter when people were hearing about all these other assortment of things that were going on in the world. But when you bring up what's going on to Black people in America, it's all lives matter. So yeah.
The thing that really, strikes the chord with me when I hear all lives matter is it's a very dismissive statement. I'm a military member and I've been in Afghanistan with people of all races, but we weren't in the same uniform. So, and the mission was, unity, being together to fight the fight, and to come home victorious. But being that I am home now in a more, you would think, more peaceful environment, wearing the same uniform, I've been involved in a conversation to where there's still, there's division. When I was over there, if something were to happen to me, I know without a shadow of a doubt that someone would come to my aid, not because I'm Black or anything, but we're together, we're one. But since I'm, back home in the States, and there is an issue, now there's separation, there's division, there's even anger that comes out when we try to talk about this particular topic. So, I know that I'm a Christian and some people aren't Christians, but you gotta see the history about, what has been going on. I know Jesus made the parable of the lost sheep. He went after the one. It doesn't specify whether the sheep, had spots on it, if it was darker than the others, but the fact that, there was one that was separated, from the rest of the flock. And here we are, we've had a history of that one sheep that hasn't, that's been separated from the flock. And he went after that sheep regardless of what it looked like. So, when we talk about this matter, we're saying that Black lives matter because we are that sheep. And, you don't want to jump on board and say, okay, well, there's still so many of us, let that one sheep, no, Jesus went after that one, so why can't you do it as well?
I'm gonna touch on what you said about it being dismissive. That's another thing that, really hurts. Because when people say all lives matter, they only say it to dismiss what you're saying about Black Lives Matter. That's what you're saying, right? That's something that I've noticed a lot. And usually they're not saying it in a loving way. They're usually saying, no, all lives matter. Like they're saying it aggressively. They're saying it to combat the pain that you're trying to talk about.
And even too, just kind of piggyback on what you just said, like, I really want to say that these people, being over there, they would have come to my aid because they spent time with me. They got to know me, they got to see me. And so they would be, oh man, we got to go help Antoine. We got to go help Eric. We got to go help Unique because we're the same.
Yeah, we're
one. So now it's like, you don't see, we're not the same anymore. We're not one. Why do you get so angry now? Because, there's a distinction, there shouldn't be. If you spend time with me, you spend time with, you two ladies, you should be, like, hey, we see your hurt, we feel that. So, we don't want you hurt anymore because we spend time with you, we look at you as the same as us, we love you, we care about you. So when you say that, then that's letting me know that
you don't care.
You don't.
Exactly. And I just feel like when you say the words all lives matter, it really does dismiss
hurt, and it's looking beyond that, and it's not looking at the person. And that's where I kind of got from that, is that when you try to care about and try to bring focus to what's going on in the Black community, and when you really befriend someone who's a different skin color than you, then you realize really how mean that statement could be when you say all lives matter, because then you're kind of oblivious to what your friend who's a different color or skin color is going through. And I think it's really powerful that we stay on the topic of, like what you just said about Jesus going for that one sheep. That's the perfect analogy, because yes, all the sheep mattered, but at that point in time, Jesus focused on the one who kind of got lost away. And that's really what we're doing, is the Black community is suffering right now. And so we have to put our attention to it and try to correct and bring light to the wrong that's been happening. So that's my feelings on it too.